the first 5 bubbles of the lesson. And again, it would behoove you to sort of follow along. So you may want to get logged into your code.org, and you may want to get down to lesson 9 because I am going to walk through lesson bubbles 1 through 5 with you. And again, if you are someplace in the room right now where you are having a hard time seeing, you may want to move forward.
Images of dog versus cat webpage has been started.
All right, so for this one, ladies and gentlemen, this is just for you to take a quick look at how we go about loading images. I hate this computer. All right, so it says, look at the code that makes the dog image appear. Use an image tag to add the cat JPEG image in the page below the cat heading. All right, so easiest way, in my opinion, to do this is to turn your inspector on. If you want to see how to do code, easiest way to do that is to make sure your inspector is on. If I hover over the image, I can now see, this tag that gets highlighted. So img src equals dog.jpg alt equals dog jumping. Now you will notice these are within those greater than, less than brackets like any HTML, because I'm on my HTML page. All right. And I'll be putting that code up here on our list of code, but you can see it for yourself in your screen. So then it says we need to add, under the cat heading, I need to add my cat image. All I am going to do is I am going to essentially copy that code. So if I want my cat image to appear, I'm going to pay img space src, which I spelled wrong, src equals. Now you'll notice a bunch of different files pop up. I want the cat file. So if you already have images loaded into your files, they will appear there. But I'm going to go ahead and put the cat one. And then I need to give it an alternate so it looks like a cat looking at something. So I'm going to say alt equals, quote, cat staring, which I spelled wrong, but that's okay, because I can't spell anything in English because English is a dumb language. Okay, again, img space src equals the name of the file and then an alternate. I don't know if I can make this any larger. Oh, there we go. All I did was recopy the code from lines 10 and 11. I basically copied it over on lines 16 and 17, but I, again, added the correct cat file and a different alternate so that it can be seen. And then if you refresh and save, you'll notice there's my cat image. So hopefully we now know how to add an image. Oh, there's my lovely little kitty cat. Meow, meow. No, this is just part of the lesson. All right, so when I am done with bubble 1, as always, I'm going to hit my little orange button on the bottom, finish, continue, next, whatever it says. It says a bunch of different things. Because when I do that, notice my bubble just turned
credit when using someone else's image.
My bubble just turned green. That sends it to me to look at, okay? If you're not turning your bubbles green or purple when you're done with them, it's not going to me. So you need to make sure that you're doing that. All right, bubble 2 says, add information about where the image came from and its license. And it says the image was found at Pixabay and was uploaded by user Alexis Photo, who used free for commercial use. Okay. So again, I am going to use this underneath the dog picture as a model. I want to see what that is. So it's a paragraph, and that's where it gives the usage. Because again, the idea is you only want to use images that you're allowed to use, and the idea is that you're not trying to get sued. So you always want to make sure that you're using something that's open for public use, and you always want to make sure that you give credit. So in the instructions, and again, under the cat image, I am going to make a paragraph, just like they did for the dog image. And it told me that it was uploaded by somebody called Alexa's Photos.
PH.
What?
PH, you spell photos.
That's how they spelled it in the instructions. I'm just copying what they wrote. Alexa's Photos. So it's by Alexa's Photos, and it was found at Pixabay. And that is the only information that I have. So that is the only information that I can provide. Okay? And again, this has to be between paragraph tags. Questions? And again, if for those of you that are not following along right now, it's kind of sad because I'm sort of doing your work with you. Guys, do me a favor. If you're having a personal conversation, turn your volume down. What was your question? The letters have to be.
Like, okay, so you see how it says Alexa's Photos? Like, you see how the it's like uppercase, like in the photos, and then
all I did was copy what they had in the instructions. So in the instructions, it told us Alexa's Photos. That was all capitalized. So all I did was copy that. Maybe I should, yeah. In fact, it's not even hyphenated. It's an underscore. So you're right. So Alexa's Photos, and then it was from Pixabay. So that's all I did there. So like I said, I just kind of copied what I saw above. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish on that one. And you'll notice my little bubble turns green.
The details matter. The SRC attribute.
All right, this next one says, using the file menu for reference, fix the image tags. So that means the code is already there. Your job is to debug. So I have blue, grass, nature, a bunch of cool stuff. Awesome. So pretty much, even though the images are not loading properly, our website still is showing descriptive text of what should be there because we use the alt attribute. So that is what the alt attribute is about. If you load your image wrong and you did the alt attribute, it'll say what's supposed to be there. So there's that. All right, so let's take a quick look. So this is supposed to be my red sky picture. Awesome. So I'm going to turn on my inspector code, and I'm going to hover over that, and I'm going to look at it. So what is wrong with this code?
It doesn't have the JPEG or the JEPG.
Look at the name that they use for the name of the file, and look at the name of the actual file off on the left-hand side. Do they match? No. This said red.jpg, and the name of the file is actually red_sky. If you don't match the name of the file correctly, again, computers are stupid. They only know what you tell them. So I'm going to change the name of my file to redsky.jpg. And once I do that, you'll notice that it appeared. So all I had to do was change the name of the file to the actual name of the file. Issues or questions? This is line 9 in the code to fix the red sky picture. So my code says IMG space SRC equals, quote, red_sky dot JPEG, end quote. That's what I changed. Okay, so go ahead and hit refresh and save and see if it pops up, because sometimes you just need to refresh the screen. Bring it here. No, you're good. All right, the next one I need to fix is my green grass. That's not what it says. Yours says red JPEG. Mine says red_sky JPEG. Change. It says red.jpg, right? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of your instructions because they just irritate the crap out of me. What's the name of the file? Is it red JPEG or is it red sky JPEG?
Oh, okay.
So if you change this to red_sky, it should pop up.
Okay.
All right, let's look at the green one. Who can tell me what's wrong with the image, the green image? Parker.
The JPG is not capitalized.
JPG is not capitalized. Again, guys, these are exact names. You're the one that put the file. Well, okay, technically you're not, but you will be the one that put the files in. So you need to give them names that are understandable. If I change again, all I did was I changed the grass.jpg. All I did was I had to make it capital letters. That way the file names match. That way the code can be called up. Again, computers are dumb. They only know what you tell them. Issues with the grass picture, anybody? All right. Next I have the blue picture. I need to make this smaller so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so it's supposed to be Blue Islands. All right, what is the issue with my blue picture? Add an E to blue. Thank you. Yes, again, computers are stupid. Make sure your file names match. No, they're really actually kind of dumb. So again, for the blue, I had the original spelling was BLU, and the name of the file is BLUE.jpg. You have to make sure your images and the file names that you're calling up match. All right, so I think I fixed all of them. And that should be the end of, I want to say, bubble 3 for you. Again, what we're learning on bubble 3 is make sure that your file names and the files that you're trying to call up match. If they don't match, it's not going to work.
Choosing a good name, it's important for him.
Okay, so these are the rules for naming things. Oh, for the love of God, come on. So it says for each image, fix the name according to the following rules. Rule number 1, avoid special characters. Rule number 2, make sure that the name has a specific meaning that helps you know what the image is. If you name something, image number 472,994, that does not give you any real information. If you call it my puppy, that gives you way more information, okay?
It tells you what the image is.
Right. Or you can be like, like my puppy sitting, my puppy eating. Name things that make sense. Don't name them random crap because you're never going to know what it is. Oops, my bad. Rule number 3, use dashes or underscores instead of spaces. Using spaces in an image file will make it not work. And that is one of the most frustrating things on the planet. when something doesn't work and then you can't find it because it's something silly like that. Last thing, keep your name short as possible, but still have a clear meaning. This is my dog eating his favorite dog food, Asvar. That's a dumb name. Dog eating. Simple, short, to the point, and it still gives you the information you need. All right, so let's take a look at these files. Let me get rid of the instructions real quick. All right, so first image. This image is called 156512458. I'm sorry, 85145.1.jpg. What might we want to call this instead? So I'm going to rename this. And how you rename it is you hover over the file, which is all the way to the left, and then you do like a right click. And I'm just going to rename this, and I'm going to name this frog. In fact, I'm going to call it green frog in case there's other frogs. I mean, there might be. I don't know because I haven't looked at the rest of it. Green frog. So much easier. Okay. Axolotl, let's see. Name. Axolotl walking dash fish.jpg. Can somebody get the door, please? Yes. I honestly can't hear you, and it's because my door, they're loud in the hallway. Give me 1 second. Thank you. Yes.
So I'm trying to find the list of
Get rid of your instructions. Like, just hit the little up caret by the instructions. All right. So, Axolotl walking with that's a mess. I'm just going to rename this, and I'm going to get rid of all that crap between the parentheses. Because who needs all that? Now, what you choose to name it is entirely up to you, and that's fine. But like I said, for me, I'm just going to name it an axolotl because I happen to know that it is a walking fish. Like, I know this. So that makes sense to me. I don't need the parentheses telling me what it is. If you don't know what an axolotl is and you just basically want to call it a walking fish, that's a file. That works too. Okay. Let's see what this one's called. Fire salamander. It's pretty simple. I kind of like that. If you wanted to simplify, maybe just take the fire part off. I'm making sure that there's no... Oh, I know what's wrong with this one. There's an exclamation point. No special characters. So get rid of that special character. Okay. Let's see what this one is. All right. The name of this file is canny space bush frog. Again, we know that we cannot use spaces. So I am just going to get rid of the space because we're not allowed special characters and we're not allowed spaces. And this last one, paratype of a something, I don't even know. No. And I'm going to rename this to Tiny Frog. Tiny_frog. All right, now I have renamed all of them using my naming conventions. There's no spaces. They're all pretty simple. There's no special characters, and they all give me information which I can actually use. So those are my rules for naming things. Let me make sure that I did everything they asked. Do this. Oh, and then it says choose your favorite image and add it to the website. Okay. And don't forget your attribution. So all of my attributions are up here in the instructions. I'm going to use the bush frog just because it's the first one there. So why not? To do this, I need to go back to my HTML file. go down underneath the heading. I'm going to go IMG SRC equals, I'm going to pull up Candy Bush Frog because why not? I'm going to go Alt in case this doesn't work. And I'm going to call the Alt Bush Frog. And hopefully that works. And it does. Sweet, go me. So again, you just need to add in your one image on bubble 4 after you rename everything. And I know some of you guys are working ahead, and that's perfectly fine. If at any point, if you're like, dude, I got this, feel free to move forward without me. But I'm doing this more for the people who seem to be caught behind a lot. All right, are we ready for bubble 5? Okay, bring it. If you have a problem, bring it up. Like, I'm not mad. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. Something didn't work, auto saving, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Are you trying? Oh, you're on the wrong page, sweetheart. This is the CSS page because you see curly brackets. What you're adding when you're adding an image, you're adding to you need to be on the HTML page.
Well,
don't worry about it.
Why is there, wait, so what's the other page for then?
The CSS, remember, CSS creates style. So this is what's making the heading green, and it's what's making the paragraph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here on the index file, that's where you're actually be adding like content.
Okay.
So the HTML file is always for content. The CSS file is always for style. Didn't work. Okay, reload page. I don't care. Yeah.
It's gonna make me start all over.
No, unless your names are. Yeah, it did. It doesn't matter. Just change one of the names and then load it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make this small again. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish on that. Oh, you guys didn't stop me. I'm like not even giving anybody any credit for this. Bad me. Seriously. Y'all kill me. Yeah, because I can spell that. So to give credit, we got to do a paragraph. Never forget to give your attributions because, again, our motto is we're not trying to get sued. And this is our Ryson THUMBOOR, comma, Wikimedia Commons, CC by SA. So that's all the information that I have. That's all the information that I can put. Now I am done. So again, all I did was add the attributions, which is part of your instructions up here. Okay. I'll be honest, that is the thing that I always forget to do is add attributions. So like I'm like the poster child for getting sued.
Uploading images. You can upload images that...
Okay, so now we're going to actually learn how to upload our own images because as you move into your as you move into your website projects, you may want to upload images. When I say want to, you're going to have to upload either your own personal images, maybe pictures that you took, maybe pictures from the web. So we are going to learn how to do that. So for this, what we are going to do is we are just going to go out here to Google. Give me something to search, guys. I don't care. Turtles. Now remember, if we're doing an image search, we want to make sure that we go into our tools and we go to usage rights and we do to Creative Commons licenses, because these are going to be the things that we can use and not get sued. Ooh, I kind of like this guy. Science never sucks. It only vacuums.
Where do you change the license at?
Oh, okay. So right here at the top, oops, did not mean to do that. Again, so if I go turtles in my Google search and I go to images, and at the end it says tools. You see that?
Yeah.
So then that opens these things up, and then I'm going to go to usage rights, Creative Commons. And that's going to be pretty much everything that I can use. And you can even be like type, like, you know, clip art, line art, a GIF, color, like you can pick anything you want really. But I'm always going to go to Creative Commons licenses. And let me refresh that. All right, so I kind of like this one here. It's pretty. So it's a free photo. Ding, 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 free. Turtles. All right, so what do we do? You are going to right click this and you are going to save image as. And you should get something that pops up like this. So hover over the image that you want to use, save image as. Now give it a name that makes sense and use the rules, right? No spaces, no special characters, make it make sense. So I'm going to call this turtle. Does that make sense? And I'm going to make sure that I'm putting this onto my desktop because that way I can actually find it. Cool. So now I have this image of this turtle, and then I'm going to leave this tab open just because I know I'm going to forget like where. So here we go, license details. It looks like it's just CC, and that's it. Cool, easy peasy. So we got it from Pixabay. It doesn't give credit to who did it, and it's just a CC. Awesome. All right, so how to upload. Right here, it says in the purple box, add image. So we're gonna go ahead and click add image. And these are the images that are already there, but I'm gonna upload a file. And I am gonna go to my desktop and I'm gonna find my picture of my turtle. And I'm gonna open that. And there it is. Okay? So once that's been uploaded, it now should appear here. And now I am simply going to add it in as, so H1, turtle, which I spelled wrong. Now I'm going to put in my image file, img src equals, oops, don't want to space there, turtle. .jpeg. And then alt equals turtle. And then my attributions. We didn't know who, we do know that it came off of, I forgot that quickly, Pixabay. So we don't know who made it, but we know it came from Pixabay, and it was under a CC thing. All right, cool. So hopefully that works. And it didn't. Can anybody tell me? Fudge. Can anybody tell me what's wrong with my code? I did something wrong on purpose.
You did. Wait, yeah, you did.
It's something really dumb that I did on purpose.
Is it the CC?
You gotta change the R to C.
What are?
The
SRC.
right there on image.
There it is. There. Thank you. So if I change this to SRC, which is our proper code, you'll notice my turtle picture pops up. Now my turtle picture is kind of huge, but that's not a problem. We'll learn how to resize them eventually. All right, so go ahead, hit finish on that. You now have bubbles 1 through 5 done. Bubble 6, this is to take you through a bunch of different things with images. And then 7 and 8 on your own. Again, 8 are challenges.